I'm going to come over to my Orc Mafia romance series, and I'm going to come to my auto write page. And I have here a Notion 21. The Notion 21 has these elements right here of story world for the Orc Mafia romance, a list of characters, and an outline. So here's the outline. And what I did last night, I was working with a friend. Scene 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are all very robust, and the other ones are still pretty anemic, but we have 30 scenes here. And then I just threw a writing style information down here at the bottom that it's third person, omniscient point of view, mafia style orc clan. The first thing that we'll do is we're going to go slowly through a workflow process that is going to be like an orchestra ballet with Rexy, in the sense of I'm going to try to use different tools and kind of show like a really sophisticated workflow to get AI words. And then we'll try to automate as much as we can. Okay. The last thing to do with the project down here is I need to go ahead and load my blackjack. So let's go over that blackjack real fast. I'm going to add a view, and we're going to look at a gallery of these things. And we're going to, the card preview is going to be the page content. Let's go full width. There we go. Okay. So what I did is in my 21 blackjack, all I did was I added a view. That's one of the features of Notion databases. You can look at the same information in a bunch of different ways. And now I have everything in order, the sequence of 1 through 4. You can actually see what the plans are. So the first box is always empty. That correlates to, in my word banger, this big bang box. Okay. The next box is going to be that top Instaplan 1, and it's going to say, please read the following story information, N1, N2, N3. Everyone following along so far? Those are the Notion slots that I preloaded. So anytime you see N1, that's story world. N2, that's characters. N3, that's outline and writing style. Now, the next thing that this says is write a short plan on how to write only scene 1 of the story according to the outline and list of characters provided. Have the scene start in media res and end on a cliffhanger. Make sure characters speak uniquely in novel dialogue. The plan should include specific plot details, beats, characterization, and how to write the scene so it meets genre expectations of just the name of my genre and information about my genres. Make sure this plan has enough plot material and ideas to fulfill a 3,000 word scene. Tag this plan as scene 1 writing brief / scene 1 writing brief. Okay. So basically what we do is we create a scene brief, and there's nothing in the bottom because there's nothing for us to do. It's just writing that scene brief. Then the second prompt, which is my 2A and 2B prompt, is read the information. Now write scene 1 following the scene writing brief. And then my third prompt is, hey, read all the information and read scene 1 that you already wrote. Now write scene 2. Now write the writing brief for scene 2. Then we do it again. So we do this 10 times so that we get 5 scenes. Does that make sense to everybody what we're doing here? Read the information, make a plan, write the scene. Now read all the information and read all the scenes so far, make a plan to write a scene, now write the next scene. That is the fundamental core of our sequence that we're doing now, that we're going to basically run WordBanger slowly, one step at a time, validate as we go, and see how many words we can get, how many scenes we can get done. With any luck, we'll get to scene 6 where they need to have sex so that we can use the not safe for work models. Sound good? All right, let's go. What I'm about to do is a hack of the Big Bang box. And I would not say that it's going to stay this way for very long, because as soon as our wonderful Joseph sees what I'm doing, I think he's going to start putting in controls with WordBanger so that we can control how many bangs it does, where it starts and where it stops. Because that's pretty much what I'm about to do, but I'm going to do it manually. Okay, so what we have here is we have in our projects, I have the bangs all loaded, and I'm going to go to my elements and make sure that my bangs are loaded. I need my B slots. These are my bang slots. So this information is loaded. If I want them to be in my boxes over on the right-hand side, I would just click bang them. But we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to copy and paste as we go and just use the first insta. We're going to manually do everything today. So what I'm going to do is in my auto write, I'm going to put like a little divider, and then we'll title this Go Slow Word Banger Workflow. That's what we'll call it. Like slow and low, like a slow cooker. Okay. I'm in this box. I'm going to highlight it all. I'm going to copy it. I'm using my shortcut keys. And then over here, I'm going to paste. Now, y'all know how much I hate copying and pasting. Okay, I'm doing this for you. So we can go one at a time. All right. There's nothing in my post instructions because remember, this prompt is just going to make it write a report for scene one. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and change the AI. And doing this low and slow method also allows you to choose the AI in between each bang. So let's do this. We're going to go with OpenAI, and I'm actually going to do 16K. We'll increase what it can do and click update. And now we'll run it here. There we go. Now we're getting a report. Okay. Now, the story of the Orc Mafia romance is just that there's a bunch of different clans. There's orcs, there's fae, there's vampires, there's goblins, there's dwarves. And so this is actually what this is doing is it is reading, it is extracting all the information, the prompt. It tells it to read all that information. That's 7,000 words and basically give me all the information I need to write scene one. So this is the scene one writing brief. Now, since this is the scene one, let's go ahead and validate it. The scene plot details. The scene begins in media res, that just means in the middle of things, with Grimgar Grumsh, the leader of the Grumsh clan, and Garrick, his loyal enforcer, walking out of their opulent casino, the Iron Fist. Grimgar instructs Garrick to gather intel on the Silverbells family, their rivals in Aldoria's underworld. Show the bustling activity inside the Iron Fist where gambling and illegal activities take place. Portray the ruthlessness and power of the Grumsh clan. Show conversations between Grimgar and the other clan members, establishing their loyalty and fear towards him. Grimgar hands Garrick an invitation to a ball at the Silverbell Casino, instructing him to steal a powerful magic element during the event. Now, this is about one of the problems that happens with LLMs, and this is also in other AI tools. In the outline, let me go to the outline real fast. In my outline, you'll see scene 8, they have a lavish ball. And also scene 7 is when he's supposed to give the fancy invitation. This is where LLMs don't always get it right because when you give them a lot of information, I gave them 7,000 words. It doesn't always quite get it right. You have two choices. I could run this again, see if it messes up again, or I could just make the change. And that's a judgment call in that one moment about what is best for your writing process and what is best for your situation. You also could write this entirely yourself, by the way. Anything I show you guys that AI is writing for me, anyone could have the human write that part, of course. I like to try to have AI do as much as I can because different writers use AI to write words for them, but they like to come up with the plotting. Some people don't like to come up with the plotting, so they have the AI do that, and they like to write the words. It doesn't really matter. Whatever the AI is doing and whatever you're doing, that's your judgment call. You're the senior writing partner in this partnership. So I can see right here that Grimgar hands Garrick an invitation to a ball at the Silverbell Casino, instructing him. We're going to change that. Grimgar tells Garrick it's his job to earn an invitation to a ball at the Silverbell because that's where powerful magical artifact during the event, the key to the Silverbell's luck and power. Okay. End the scene with Garrick leaving the Iron Fist, setting up tension and conflict for the rest of the story. Fantastic. So now we have bells, beats. So if I make a change here, I have to make a change to the beats as well. So I'm just going to copy this and put that there. So we have the characterizations, we have the writing style, and we have the genre expectations. Set up the forbidden romance element between that, showcase the powerful struggles. The provided plan should provide enough information. Okay, so we'll leave that there. That's fine. So I have this scene brief here, and I'm going to call this scene 1 writing brief. And when I click save to Notion, it's going to automatically put that on my auto write page right here, down underneath. See, it's right there. So there's the scene 1 writing brief. So now we need to write scene 1. And this is basically a manual way to run your own story engine kind of a thing. So I have that done. So the next one, please read the following story information. So I'm going to copy and paste that into the top box. Now the bottom box, now please write only scene 1 of the story world according to the scene 1 brief. Now it doesn't have the scene 1 brief. I have to put that in there. So where I'm going to stick it is right here. I know I'm making these changes as I go. And then what am I going to put in the middle here? Where is our scene 1 story brief that it could refresh it? Now I use GPT 16.5 for the first one. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to go ahead and go with Claude. All right, so we're only going to do one, and let's go ahead and let's bang. So now I'm going to write scene 1, and let's see how it goes. Now I used GPT 3.516K to write this story brief. I'm using Claude to actually write the scene. How many of you have been mixing and matching LLMs depending on what you're writing? Report, Grimgar Rest. What of our spies gathered about them silver bells? They's planning a grand ball at their casino in a fortnight, Garrick rumbled. Though he stood a head taller than his chieftain, Garrick shrank beneath Grimgar's piercing glare. Word is all them hoity-toity nobles will be there, plus the silver bell's whole inner circle. This ball of theirs, reckon you can snatch us an invite? I'll find a way, boss. Ain't never failed you before. See that you don't. Now get, mingle, dig up what you can about their plans. This is so cool. So we only got 898 words. But as I was reading them, they weren't terrible words. So there's a couple of options here of what you can do. The first one, if you want to stay inside of Rexy, is I can go ahead and just edit this in the line editor. And we're here. And for the instructions, because Claude 2 can do it, I can actually just tell it, rewrite making everything longer or adding more detail. But I also can add line numbers, and I can do that more judiciously with what I want it to do. So the first thing I'm going to do here is the shimmering spires of Eldoria's casino. Let's go with this. Rewrite line 7 through lines 9 to add in some low-level Grimgar's Lieutenant Garrick orcs. Give them names. Throw in conversation. Shimmering spires. Yep, we're getting all of that. Let's keep going. Evening, boss, popped up Farg, a clumsy salute. Me and Nog been keeping them riffraff away all day for you. That's perfect. So now I have Farg and Narg that I could play with later on in the story. All right, so I like this. So I'm going to grab all of this information, copy it, and then just bring it into right here. Paste it so it changes it. The leather armor, report. Now, this is one way to play with it. And I'm already at 920 words now. I'm actually going to click save to Notion. So I'm going to call this.
Thank you for joining us on something wickedly cool in AI. This is what we do in our lab sessions. So the Future Fiction Academy is 8 labs a week. You can come live. You can watch the replays after. You get the transcript. You also get the lab report. And we work together to specialize in different parts of AI tools to come up with really innovative prompting and how to use these tools in our everyday publishing careers. So if you would like to join the Future Fiction Academy, we would love to have you because it's a community that is AI positive and we're all working together to stay on top of this new technology before we all get left behind. So we invite you to come join us and have fun because we love to play with this stuff and we love to share it. So hope to see you in lab soon. Bye.